we built something pretty fast. We launched it, feeling good, man. I mean, it was real
I
neat to find our app in a public place, install it, and then I clicked a button and a friend was able to install it like instantly. They didn't even have to really think about it. They just kind of clicked a button. The button was like, "Hey, do you want to install this thing and join the activity that's going on right now?" And it's like, that's exactly what I want the experience to be like for a group of people. Could be completely random group that can come together, join my fun lean coffee experience, and they don't have to do any extra work. Honestly, I think it was easier. It's like easier to join a Google Meet and click that little like, yeah, I'd like to install and join this activity. I think it was easier to do that than it is to get into any of the competitors that I've used in the past. Like even Easy Retro, I'll throw shade. Even Easy Retro is like notoriously flawed when it comes to even logging in. Even using the Google sign in, it'll like refresh and mess itself up. And it's like painful compared to this. I've liked the clever work that you've put in past iterations for the tool to like be able to have sessions and share links and make the login experience easy and like get people in there. I just think that this is like the highest, most refined form we've had so far. So yeah, I just want to call that out specifically. I like that a lot.
good. I think it's quite toit, and the interface. I'm looking forward to your zhuzh. All right. I think that's going to look really, 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 really nice. At this point, you're wide open, go nuts. Ignore all the P2P stuff that I'm doing. Just don't merge or delete my PR. I'm just going nuts in the background trying to scale it and make it encrypted, but more encrypted. I don't think it's encrypted right now. Don't work on government stuff, but it's looking pretty good and it feels good. We did it.
Yeah.
It's open.
Yep.
I might tell people about it. I did buy start.coffee. Kind of wish I bought discuss.coffee. Still might.
Tell me more about what you like about Discuss over Start. Is it that Start is too generic or something?
It's that discuss
Is the thing you're doing?
is the thing you're doing.
Yeah, but you're not talking about coffee.
It's a more refined verb than start.
Yeah, true. Is there a .discuss TLD or something? Like, have we not explored some other TLDs that we should be exploring here? Like, is there like a .talk, .chat,
There's probably a .talk.
book, I don't know. .talk could be good. Coffee .talk. I don't know. But I'm just saying, maybe we abandon coffee altogether.
It doesn't have to be coffee. There is a .talk, by the way. .chat, .forum, .community. I own pw.community.
Yeah, that's fun. A lot of domain options out there these days, which makes branding almost like more of a challenge. It used to be the good old days. You're just looking for a solid .com, and since you had that boundary to deal with, it was like branding. It had to. It was kind of a clearer path. Now it's like I don't even. I have no idea. There's a million ways we could go with this. So branding will be a fun continued conversation for us, but not something we have to figure. It has been tough for me to let go of having to figure that out up front. Especially because like I've lamented to you about how we have like 5 different names for things throughout our call it ecosystem, I guess. But it'll shake itself out. I'm sure something will fall deeply in love with something somewhere along the way. We'll have some heartbreaking passion for some brand and it'll be good enough, or it'll be more than good enough. I think there are a lot of good enough options. I want to find.
Yeah. I think start.coffee is good enough. I think I'm just going to go for it and we'll swap it out later.
I like that. That's my favorite for now. For right now, I like start.coffee.
$40 a year, not bad. Not bad. Start.coffee. Join us by the time this gets published, which I'm like 5 or 6 episodes behind, and I'm just gonna publish them and not worry about shorts because like I just can't. Can't. But hey, we're launched. I think I want to try this for book club tomorrow. No? Do we wait a week?
I'm just soaking it in. I don't want to wait any longer. I want this to happen. I've been so excited for this to happen, and I need obviously to curb my my expectations, or I need to be ready for the savagery that is the feedback we'll receive as you continue to warn me. But man, I couldn't be more excited. I'm trying to get excited even just for that. Like, I'm excited for our friends, our trusted friends, our brutal trusted friends, to get a hold of this thing and to say whatever they want to say, But I'm excited for them to actually get their hands on it. And it's not entirely unfamiliar, you know? It's like an experience that they're already used to. The UI is basically what they're used to. You know, I'm just ready for someone to be like, "Oh, I still can't merge cards, huh?"
The merge
That's gonna be a
cards, just
fun
get
one.
ready for it. I'm not even gonna preempt it. I'm just warning you. The first thing they're gonna say before they say looks nice is, "Wow, can't still merge cards." And they're just gonna
Yeah.
take that dagger right into the neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
That's
right, that's
okay.
what they
Well, I'll
do.
be ready for it. I'll be ready
You
for it, so can't
yeah.
hurt me.
You don't know. You don't know what they're gonna say. You don't know what they can hurt you with,
Yeah,
you
you know,
know?
maybe we'll go build it. Maybe they'll say that like the look clash like that's my
The
feel.
look
My feel
clashes.
right now is
The
that the
look
look
clashes.
clashes with meat, which is again like I'm prepared for that. I already feel that way, and I'm already excited about fixing that. So it would honestly be nice to get that feedback. If everyone's like, "Oh, this looks so good, it couldn't be better," and I'm like, "Well, that I don't know. That's a little disappointing because I feel like it could definitely look better." But man, I don't. You know, this is like a huge win. This feels really cool.
Yeah, it's nice to launch something. It's nice to share it. I think I want to do a couple more things before I start telling the world, like the whole world about it to like be like, you should spend time on this,
I do
you
want to
know?
finish the
Have
style
book club
refresh a
not
little bit.
hate it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Once book
I'm
club
not
doesn't hate
ashamed
it,
of book
then we can
club
share it.
seeing it and playing with it. I am a little shy still about telling people outside of us and book club because yeah, I mean, I want to refine it a little bit further, make it look
Just
a
a little
little
bit.
prettier. Uh-huh. Man, how cool was the discovery that like the activity icon up there is a one click way
It
back
was
to I was like
huge.
I thought we are gonna have to build something. Don't even have to build it. It's just there. It's like
The,
native.
the the quick switch. Yeah, so what Mike is referring to is, you got the chat, right? That's how you chat on the side. Huge component of book club, all right? Chatting on the side, any meeting really. And then you go to the dot dot dot, application tray, add-ons,
Yep.
open our app, right? And we were like, "Oh no, if I click chat, I got to do it's only 2 clicks, but it is click to get back to it. That kind of sucks. It just does.
It's
It just
click,
does suck.
find, click, you know what I mean? It's
Click,
not like
find,
you're just
click. It
clicking like
sucks.
click,
That's
find,
three
click, it's a
things.
lot.
That's
Yeah, right.
terrible.
That's
But we
right.
found when you do the cog invite participants function that we have, much better than start activity. No need to be technical about it. Invite participants pops it at the top there, so you can be like, bam, app, bam, chat, bam, app. All
Yeah,
right,
you just flip
bam,
back and forth, no problem.
bam oriented design is what we're looking
One
for.
click. Mhm, mhm. And so it's gonna be real easy for anybody, especially on, like, a computer. I think we can I don't know, I'll wait till, like, the first time I hear somebody in book club like, "I'm driving right now, and this is a little difficult to do on my phone," before I'm like, "Well, tell me about your experience. What's hard right now? How do we make it better? What do you need? What do you want right now? You're looking at your phone. What do you wish you could do right now?" And then, we'll fix it.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
pretty great right now. And again, I think if we just make sure that the copy link thing works, which it sounds like you might have already done,
I did.
yeah,
It's working. It's
then I mean
live.
that's easy peasy. It's already, I think, pretty dang mobile friendly for as an experience, especially compared to what we've been using, which I think has been a rough mobile experience.
Man, felt so clever about that mobile experience. I do think that we can make it mobile in short order. I think you just have to like click mobile and then have a different panel purposed for the mobile. I don't know how it'll show up, but we'll test it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was asking, so we had our buddy Dennis helping me do some kind of noob user testing. It was nice having someone who'd never seen the freaking thing before click around for a sec. And I was asking him like, okay, at first he joined from his phone, and I was like, well,
You
actually,
would.
at first, well, I know, of course, but at first I was going to be like, oh no, we can't do this. You have to go down on a computer. But of course, I was like, no, this is a blessing. Can you tell me what you can see on your phone? Like, what is this like? And he's like, when I clicked the invite button, he got like a thing that was like, you can't join the activity. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Why not? What are you seeing? And he sent me some screenshots and stuff. So that was nice. Yeah. It doesn't seem like we're ready for primetime mobile, but we're ready for like, we can serve mobile. It's not like we are mobile incapable. We're just not
Yeah.
very mobile forward. And that's fine, I think. Definitely not the most important piece by any means at the moment.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the video being reliable.
Oh God, it's gonna be so sweet.
It's going to be so sweet.
And
And
have
then as
back
long
getting our virtual backgrounds and stuff back, like all the cool, fun stuff, all the character, that you can bring to the call.
Yeah.
I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to all of that.
Dude, they rejected us one time. They're like, "Hey, I don't see the characters." And I'm like, Are you talking about the thing that you made in your app isn't showing up
That
when you go to use
how
it? I'm pretty sure he was
funny.
talking about I'm pretty sure he was talking about the robots.
How so funny was that? Story for anyone who's ever going to hear this. Like, if you're in Google Meet, you can set custom filters. These are like Snapchat filters. You can put overlays on yourself. You turn yourself into a robot or a banana or a cup or whatever, an astronaut. And so Joe and I used those because I had what I thought was the clever idea to like, oh, well, let's not use our real faces and our real background. Let's do something kind of generic. So we set like Google generic backgrounds and we set Google filters over our faces in Google Meet. These are native features in Google Meet. Everyone has them. And we took our screen caps of our app and we use those screen caps for our Google Workspace tool, And they came back at us and they were like, hey, in a nutshell, it was like, hey, we tried to use your app, but the characters aren't working. Like
Aren't
as in
showing.
they weren't showing. Like as in like, hey, we're here in the call right now, but we're not seeing like the robot and what was the other one? What were we? We were a
You were a
robot
sloth and I was a
That's
robot.
right.
And
I
they're
was a
like, yeah, they're
sloth
like,
and
they're
Joe
like,
was
we
a
don't see
robot.
the characters. They didn't say robot or something like the characters. Oh no, the font is broken.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what letters?
This looks precisely correct. So I don't know what
Yeah,
you
it's like
could
a
possibly mean, and
freaking
it's like killing me because like
cartoon characters. I know.
I'm not
And
changing the screenshots for you, sir.
maybe it wasn't entirely lost on them that those were like Google filters, but maybe they thought that like our app
Like triggered.
invoked them. Yeah, like, oh, like everyone who joins is going to have like a random Google character, something stupid. But anyway, it was really dumb of me, and in retrospect, it was dumb of me to even try to do something cute. What we should have done is join the call, had no video, and just like had the J and the N, and so it's the app that is showcased. But I
Yes.
thought, like it'll be cute. We show little characters, a little video, like, look, it's two people, two little characters. But you can't do anything fun. People take everything absolutely literally, and so we learned our lesson. What did you
I
have to
replied
do to
back to
fix it?
him.
Did you reply saying like,
I
hey,
replied back. I'm like, do you mean that feature that you shipped?
did they respond at all, or
They
did
were
you
like,
just
yeah,
get
that
like
looks
you've been
fine.
approved?
Yeah, that looks fine. They were like, yeah, that looks fine. Send it again. And so I had to put the TM on the Google Meet TM.
Right.
And then I was like, great, submit. And I'm sure they were like, oh, okay, yeah, characters. Okay, obviously that's, yeah, okay.
Man,
Approve. And we're in, baby.
What a good chuckle we had out of that one. That does make for a good story, though. It's fun.
I think it's great. I think it's great. And I see no reason not to keep this basically free forever because I have a scalable peer-to-peer methodology in mind. I don't know if there's a limit to how I'm
beating
thinking
the hell
about
out of
this.
it, man. I was trying to, I was joining it from like different accounts and stuff. And then I was like closing the call, rejoining the call, seeing how things go. And it was cool that like the board, like when everybody leaves, the board just evaporates. And you come back, you start a new one. It's like a fresh board. But if one person leaves and comes back, the board is maintained.
Yes.
So it's like exactly what you would want. There's no board persistence. And that I think could be a paid feature. Like you want, persistence, you pay us and we charge you 100 times whatever it costs us to host that data.
Right, $1.
Exactly. You get it.
I think persistence is not a bad idea. I like that. Yeah,
It's one idea. I don't know. There's other thing. And we already have
AI,
if you want to,
of course.
if you want to do your own persistence, we have the sort of like download as markdown kind of thing, which could always be cool if you're wanting to have some kind of artifact, or you want to feed something to your clanker, you have the ability.
Yep, clanker paste.
Yep. That's right.
That's it.
What else? Anything else that you learned? I mean, I know I mentioned a couple things that we learned along the way, but
what did you learn?
Well, like I said, I learned like to not even try to be cute, even a little bit. Like just these people at Google, they just want it dry. They want it bone dry, so you can't have any fun, and that's fine. And I think throughout this process, I learned, something I learned like really early on was, and I told this to you, was like, I don't want to do weird custom Joe make me a environment that is friendly to me kind of thing. I was like, I want to use legitimate, tools. I want to do things the way that they should be done. And I thought that, the AI tooling really empowered us to do that. I'm glad that we did that. And it has been successful. I've enjoyed our developing ecosystem, and I'm glad. Like, I think that we're gonna do a lot more and better by doing this. So that was a good. It was the lesson was like, this works. I'm glad we went this route. This works. Let's keep doing this way.
Yeah, Yes, I thought that's working well. I uh, I talked to a few people and they liked the idea of us treating our issue system as agent memory, where at the whenever I'm done, I'm like, do this, do that, do this. Hey, can we do this real quick? Great. Go reconcile the issue state.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go tell Mike what we did. In fact, there were a bunch of like branches, like you had a couple branches and some issues and some PRs, and like I had an old branch, and I'm like, go clean all that shit up. It
That's
just
right.
it popped out a new branch, cleaned it all up, pushed it up. I'm like, great. And consolidate. Like, oh, they're like, oh, this issue has this one little bit left, and this issue has this little bit left. I'm like, great. Consolidate, close, reconcile, tighten us up,
Yeah,
enter.
that's so awesome. And it even taught me a little bit. I was inspired by that, and it's helped me a lot in some other stuff. Like this is very much like a code project, and so we're using the traditional code stuff. Like we've got GitHub and that's like the data source, for everything. But I'm doing a lot of knowledge work. And also in like my personal life, I have like projects and stuff that are more akin to knowledge work. They're not code projects. But I was inspired by like, man, what's real sweet is how not everything lives in Claude memory and how really like we're telling it like, oh, go read the agent's MD in our repo. Like that's the real memory. It's not like in Claude. It's outside and it's agent agnostic, which is cool, but or model agnostic. But like I learned from that and I thought, you know what? I want to kind of like apply this pattern in my other projects. And so now everything's living on top of Notion for me. So I've got like Notion pages and Notion databases that Claude is like living on top of. And I'm trying to keep the memory files in Claude real tight. It's like reference pointers. Like this is where everything actually lives. And so, for example, if I'm working on like my garden project, it's like I have this page that has some characteristics of my garden and what my goals are and why I want a garden in the first place, what I'm doing with it, and like my vision. And I also have a database of everything that exists in my garden. And Claude has skills where it can add new things to that database and manipulate that database. And then I also have something that I've implemented in every one of these projects now, also in Notion, is a decision log. Like that's something that and it's more than a decision log. I'm kind of calling it like the aha log or whatever. And this is something again that I think you recommended to me, which is like every time you like learn something, every time we have an aha moment or like a no, not that way, this way moment, anything like that, it adds it to the log. And so all of that is the context that I get to start from. I go to Claude, I ask a new question about that project. It's like, well, let me go take a look at Notion and see kind of what's in there and, what's changed since last time. And then we'll begin. And that's just been so incredible to me. It's almost got me, I might pay for a Notion subscription because that opens up right now. Claude can only it can only interact with Notion to a limit. It can't run like raw queries and stuff on Notion. It literally has to like use search to find things rather than like doing some more hardcore stuff. It's like gated. It's like it walks up to the like, hey, this guy doesn't have a subscription gate. And it's like, I can't get past this because you're not paying Notion. But I think I might, especially because I talked to Claude about kind of rebuilding my photography website and kind of like some ideas that I had. And it was like, what you could do is like basically use Notion as your database, like for your website. And we could just serve the things to your website from a Notion database. So I was like, does that make sense? Yeah. And it said that like Notion's very well set up to do that. But I would have to like, I think, get a subscription for it to work properly.
You should buy a month of Notion.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the
Just
risk, right? Just
just
to see what
the
it
risk
unlocks
the
for me.
risk is that you don't, you
Right.
know?
Right.
You know? I think at the end you'll be like, "Well, I have $20."
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. No, that was a bit of a tangent, but it
No, it was
is
good.
like the lesson goes much further than just kind of like this project for me. I've learned a lot about how to even use these tools and what else I might want to do with them.
That's really interesting, and am curious how you continue to develop in your PM role as our collaboration continues. Because you are merging stuff into the code base. You're pushing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Once we start talking persistence, I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit.
Hmm.
But I learned all about. Well, I guess you'll have to come back next time to hear what I learned all about.